Well, right now we're talking about a tech talk on VMware Cloud on AWS, a true hybrid cloud platform. Well, we have with us once again Hardik Doshi, Senior Cloud Sales Specialist, VMware India, who's going to be joining us for this tech talk. Well, Hardik has been associated with the Indian IT industry for more than 15 years, and he's done multiple roles as an IT solutions sales professional with special focus on multi-cloud, security, mobility, and hybrid cloud. At VMware, he leads the VMware Cloud on AWS business, especially covering customers in multiple industry segments across the country, and is responsible for both the business growth as well as the consumption by engaging and collaborating with core sales, engineering, customer success, and ecosystem partners. As a cloud evangelist, he has helped customers define their cloud strategy, ensuring successful transformation of business goals. So firstly, once again, a big thank you, Hardik, for joining us. Over to you.
Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you for that introduction, and I'll share my screen to begin this presentation. Thank you. I hope you're able to see my screen. I'll put it in a presentation mode. All right. Yeah, here we go. Thank you. Good morning, folks, once again, and I hope you have heard wonderful insights from the panel's discussion, what we just had. Let me help you and double click what is VMware Cloud and AWS and how can you avail a true hybrid cloud experience for all your workloads. Let what we'll be covering at high level is what are the top business drivers that encouraging every organization today to adopt the cloud journey. How a VMware Cloud on AWS can help that achieve these business drivers and the outcomes, and how migration to the cloud is seamless, given that we were just discussing about the portability of workloads into multi-cloud domain, and how the cloud economics, basically the TCO ROI and the cost efficiency will play a key role, and what the future architecture looks like when one has to really travel and adopt that cloud journey. Uh, as you all know, right, these days we are all under tremendous pressure to deliver business outcomes, and this is being typically driven by the types and the nature of the application which we are, the way we have deployed today, and the way the technology is becoming and shaping the business in the long run. We are coming up with various modernization of the apps theory in the market. And the typical outcomes of what business is expecting us to achieve is how I can increase agility of my the applications, which in turn will enhance customer experience. How can I accelerate the innovation in the market, keeping the cost reduction as the most important parameter, and of course, built in with a complete intrinsic security layer across the workloads running either on-prem or the on-cloud. As I mentioned, the outcomes of applications defines the outcomes, and the applications also drive this choice of the infrastructure. So this is a complete spectrum of choice of what customer has today to deploy their applications, the ones which are legacy and they would like to continue to run on-prem for various reasons of data proximity and the legality stand or the regulatory stand, or they are monolithic in nature, you can continue to run on your on-premises today. But at the same time, you need scale and agility for some of those customer-facing applications. That's where you think of diverting these applications from a hybrid cloud stand. And there are applications which clearly are the new age applications and to be completely recreated for to achieve the organization's long-term company vision. Those can be directly born in the cloud and can be completely built native. We at VMware is trying to help achieve your business goals by helping you running all your applications seamlessly, either in either of these buckets, and with the help of VMware Cloud Foundation technology, wherein we actually help you achieve consistent infrastructure and the operations across public, private, and in the edge. With that, we have actually come up with a model of partnering with all the service cloud providers. And there are two route to markets to address your needs and port your applications. So with VMware Cloud with AWS, we have come up with a preferential partnership wherein we will be entirely owning it, managing it, and supporting the entire infrastructure piece for you and allowing you to run your application seamlessly and also help you to modernize the apps. Whereas with the rest of the service cloud provider partners, the second route to market is you can consume the similar VMware Cloud Foundation technologies by adopting the solution directly from there. Net, with this multi-cloud strategy, we help a customer to build application from scratch, to run the existing legacy applications, build a layer of management on top of it, either on-prem or on cloud, and help you connect with all your customers seamlessly in a complete secured manner by building an intrinsic security layer. Now, coming to let us talk specifically on our relationship with AWS and why it is a preferred partner. Uh, right back in 2016, we had signed up this contract or the partnership with AWS. The very reason worldwide 70 million workloads, which translates to close to 70 to 80% of the market share of VMs running on the virtualization platform, which is vSphere today, are from VMware. And at the same time, AWS is a dominant player wherein they provide close to 190 plus services from their cloud today. A lot of customers came up with that ask and the demand of how we can make best, use best of the services from both the worlds. And that's where we thought of why can't we come up with a bridge or the layer running on top of AWS, wherein it can allow not only there are applications which you cannot change, or you don't want to change the construct and you want to seamlessly migrate and run on top of AWS and also consume AWS services. And that's where we intend this partnership model. How this works. So as you can see right here in the on the left hand side, this is your data center which you have been running today, running trucks and trucks of virtual machines for various applications on premises on a vSphere based environment. And vCenter is the management tool via which you are actually managing these workloads. Uh, on the right hand side, as you can see, is AWS Global Infrastructure. What we have come up with, we have actually taken their bare metal construct of hardware, created a hybrid a converged infrastructure model on top of it by virtualizing compute network storage with our vSphere, vSAN, and NSX products or the solutions, which can help virtualize this entire construct and allow you to consume this entire cloud space in the form of a node or in the form of a host, which wherein the beauty of this particular solution is, or the uniqueness is, unlike in any native service cloud providers, when you try and port your workloads, the consolidation ratio or the oversubscription ratio of vCPU and RAM is always limited, and these are the two most important parameters where most of you have reaped the benefit on TCO ROI on-prem. You have actually consolidated more and more VMs on the higher configuration of the host, and that has allowed you to drop down the number of hosts, and by that the capex and the opex part. The same construct, we are bringing it on the cloud layer as well by allowing you to virtualize at more than this oversubscription ratio of 1:2, which is typically available in the native. And you can actually run the same type of applications, what you're running today on the same size on VMware Cloud and AWS as well. Because typically when you go on the native cloud, you have all t-shirt size instances available, wherein if at all you for the better performance perspective, you have to go beyond the actual need of the size, or you go select the below lower configuration option. But out here we allow you to do the right size the way you're running today. And as you can see here with vCenter, you can create a single pane of glass by, so we help you connect this vCenter of cloud to the on-prem, as you can see the link here, and allow you to achieve a single pane of glass from the manageability stand. With a hybrid link mode option, you can actually connect to vCenter and create a one single view of your data center of the workloads running on-prem on the cloud. On the extreme right, what you see, this is the actual innovation which we have done, not by just configuring our cloud foundation technology on the node of infrastructure of AWS, but also helping customers to leverage 190 plus services of native cloud. So all these services, most of you are familiar with, right? You use backup, you use serverless architecture, you need a key management systems, you need load balancer for various applications. So the connectivity, what you see here is a 25 gig pipe. It allows you to move your data back and forth, and there is a zero cost of ingress and egress between the virtual private cloud of VMware Cloud on AWS and the VPC of native AWS. So that's the engineering thing which we have tightly developed and come up as a tight integration for various customers. And there are customers or any application, rather for that matter, will require some or the other native services to be consumed, right? So that's the tight integration and the story what is being completely being managed and supported by VMware and sold by VMware directly. So so net, this is the high level construct of VMware Cloud and AWS running on native AWS. On top of it, let's say you have your vRealize suite of products which you are running today on premises. You can very well leverage those products from the manageability stand or the automation stand on VMware Cloud and AWS as well. And we are we have a list of third-party ISVs ecosystem, which I'll just bring it a slide on it, which allows you to bring in or integrate various third-party solutions on top of cloud as well, the way you're running on premises today. So what exactly you will own and what VMware or VMware will own. So typically on the left-hand side, what you see is right from real estate to the hypervisor layer, you actually build this infrastructure, which is being managed by various different engineers with different skills, and you have various cost constructs went to build this private cloud or your own data center. And on top of it, you run your operating systems and the applications and being managed by you. By migrating to VMware Cloud and AWS, this entire stuff will be completely being offloaded from you, will be completely being supported and managed by VMware, and you will just consume this environment as a service in the form of a node. As and when you want to start your operations, you just consume a node, start building your applications, or start running your VMs on top of it, install your OS, and get it consumed. You really don't have to worry on what is and how what are the versions of vSAN, vSphere, or NSX running on top of it. Do I have to really maintain the upgrade part of it? Do I have to really focus on the hardware downtime kind of an issue or maintenance kind of an issue? Uh, we sign up an SLA of 99.9% with you and guarantee that this will remain up. Your application will remain up, and you really don't have to worry on the manageability part. Today, not all in your data center, you build this kind of SLA from application to application stand. But when you come to VMware Cloud AWS, be it be a UAT workload, be it be a production workload, you actually don't have to worry because the SLA is standard 99.9%. And for various applications wherein you need a high level a kind of an SLA, yes, with the help of stretch cluster kind of an option, you can actually build 98.99% for application to application basis. Now, let me touch upon some of the capabilities of VMware Cloud and AWS, wherein how you can actually, what all capabilities is built with and how you can consume it. First and foremost, as I just mentioned, it is a complete service. Today, you have built your data center today, and you know the amount of effort which you have gone in creating infrastructure as a service for your business. With this option, this is as a service, and you can directly start consuming the services without really focusing on the infrastructure part. Uh, and from the migration stand, it allows you to migrate your workload seamlessly. When I say this, what does it mean? Today, when you move to your workload to any native cloud, you have to completely refactor or replatform the application because the IP addresses will change, which is the biggest pain and effort what every one of us go through today. With vSphere running on both sides, it's kind of a V motion, what you typically do in your data center today. You don't have to change the construct of the application. You don't have to change the construct of the VM. You don't have to change the IP addresses. you can seamlessly but do the bulk migration or lift and shift of this application from one end to the another. And that's where we really call it as a seamless migration. And a lot of data center or migration projects are taking their own sweet time, because in a native, you actually app by app or VM by VM, you actually go and change and do a lot of re-engineering on top of existing applications. But with this option today, you get an option to come back and forth from on-prem to on-cloud and on-cloud to on-prem. With that, having vSphere layer on both sides, it allows you to have consistent infrastructure, consistent operations. What I mean to say is the same VROps tool which you have deployed on-prem, you can use the same construct as a single pane of glass to manage your workloads on back and forth, and you can have a complete visibility how the resources are being consumed on application by application, VM by VM. And yes, of course, the portability. What the most important thing is, can I bring back my workload? Can I port this workload to any other cloud? Can I migrate or port this application in a bulk? Can I migrate 1,000 VMs at a time? Yes. With the hybrid cloud capability, what we've built in as part of VMware Cloud on AWS, and with the migration tool HCX, which comes as part of this solution and the offering, you can easily migrate and port applications in bulk. And we have various customers in India today who have actually used this tool to migrate in just days and weeks time. And the most important thing, the very reason why people also come to the VMware Cloud AWS platform is because there are a lot of legacy applications which needs a modernizing touch to address the problem statement of the business outcomes. And that's where you have to modernize these apps. With the latest version coming up on VMware Cloud and AWS on vSphere 7, today you will be able to run containers and VMs neck to neck sitting each other on the same platform. And that's the level of intelligence we have built on top of this VMware Cloud AWS. So net tomorrow, after you modernize your apps and you really want to lift and shift and enjoy the same portability thing for Kubernetes clusters as well, you will be able to do this, and you can avoid a lock-in with any native platform. Let me touch upon some of the use cases, what you can think of by adopting this platform as the evoke with the due to this pandemic issue today, a lot of and keep the business lights on. We need a BCP kind of a plan in place. Can I instantly start DR today for a particular application by consuming VMware Cloud AWS? Yes, because on-prem 90% of the data center are virtualized on VMware, and you will be able to easily do a DR strategy by bringing this application on a VMC on AWS. How can I extend my footprint of a data center? I don't have a problem. The hardware will take its own time. The market is in a genuine lockdown situation. Now the projects are held up. Can I instantly start the UAT and test environment for an application which was due to be launched in the market for quite some time? Can I instantly create virtual desktops on the cloud and provide a work from home kind of an offering to my employees? And of course, as and when I need to expand the on-demand capacity, can I go instantly and burst these applications on cloud? With that data center extension option, you can actually achieve all these use cases. There are various instances in organization where hardwares have come due for refresh, including server storage. Do I really need to reinvest? Can I get rid of the manageability of it? And can I go on the cloud and start consuming it on day one by migrating this application? Yes, you can actually think of infrastructure refresh as one of the major use case from the cloud migration stand. And the most important thing, application migration, application upgrades. A lot of applications are due for upgrades in your data center today. For example, CRM or Calypso or various other such applications in the banking or the non-banking environment or any vertical. With that call out of application upgrade, you have to change the construct of the infrastructure as well, and that's a huge capex investment. Can I just start small today by consuming VMware Cloud and AWS with just 2 nodes and start my test and dev, and keep adding 1 node in a span of 10 minutes on the cloud, and manage my cash flow over a period and get my project started? Yes, you have an option of consuming this platform in the similar manner. Whereas when you plan for an application upgrade on-prem, you actually do a lot of capex analysis and investments, and to start the project, it typically takes 2 to 3 months. We actually help you shrink this down further and start from the very next week itself. So, and of course, the last use case, as we discussed, you can think of modernizing your apps service by service from those particular apps. You can containerize it into a microservice on top of it. And the below, as you can see, there are various customers who have adopted this kind of solutions worldwide. I'll also show you the bigger list of customers where how they're running VMware Cloud AWS today. Now, from the availability stand, this service is available across 17 regions worldwide. So today, and we have all sort of required certifications built in as part of this solution, which is again get built in as part of the per node cost, wherein you really don't have to worry about it. It will come by default as part of the solution. And tomorrow, when you have an audit or someone who is really asking from an audit stand, you can actually easily produce the certifications. And with that, you can think of more use cases. Most of the companies are going global today, right? There are operations which are spanned out in various regions. And because of various governing laws like GDPR and compliances, you have to maintain the data local to that country. And you partner with various co-location service providers, wherein you end up investing in the more money and manageability aspects comes into it. How can I avoid that and seamlessly take the control of my workloads by consuming cloud? Tomorrow, let's say I want to move out of in Europe region. Let's say I have various data centers regions available today. I can go with the cheapest option in Ireland, and if I can move to UK or France or various other regions, I really don't have to be worried about the manageability and the co-location fees. Just focus on the application. With VMware Cloud and AWS sitting right here in India with the same vCenter console, you can actually focus on your workloads running anywhere in the world. This is the largest ecosystem of partners which we have built on top of it, wherein you will see be it be under DevOps area or security area or storage or any cloud required ecosystem you talk of. We have partnered and certified with all these vendors worldwide, and they have been actively working. You can consume a lot of these applications through VMware Cloud Marketplace and use it as an appliance on top of VMware Cloud AWS. These are this is the limited list which I have just populated here. We have 2,000 plus customers worldwide consuming this platform today, and there are various Indian customers who have actually started this journey, and they are be it be an application format, be it be a data center UAC format, be it be a DR perspective, or a VDI or virtual desktop infrastructure consumption perspective, and so on and so forth. I mean, we have various customers who have been leveraging various use cases as part of this platform. How you can consume this? So this platform can be consumed in the form of either by on-demand 1-year subscription or a 3-year subscription format. It's in the form of a reserved instance. Yes, we have a various payment option. There are customers in India who have actually gone using their credit card and swiped it and started consuming instantly on the cloud. You can purchase this in the form of credits. Typically, the cloud, any native cloud service providers works today. And of course, you can buy this service either from VMware or AWS. So we have given that a choice of flexibility to from the procurement stand. You can consume your existing EDP contracts of AWS as well today. As far as the life cycle management is concerned, as I mentioned, we sign up a guaranteed SLA of 99.9% for non-stretch clusters and 4 nines for the stretch clusters, wherein application uptime is 100%. It's near to 100% on, and you really don't want the application should go down because it actually drives your business, and that's where we help you develop this kind of SLA as well. And of course, this comes with 24/7 global support. Most of the native services what you consume today are built in with business support or business hour support. By default, we have come up with only one standard support. You can reach out to us either a chat option or a call out to our global contact center number and reach out to us from the service stand. Let me touch upon why migration is critical to the cloud. What are the nuances and how I can easily adopt this solution from the portability stand. When we talk about migration strategies, there are various R's, or for typically 5 R's comes into the picture when any native service cloud comes and a provider comes and talks to you. And based on the type of the application, nature of the application, you have to pick up one of the other paths. But with VMware Cloud on AWS, it is just a lift and shift. Yes, it is just a lift and shift, because I again mentioned vSphere is the construct underlying it, and you can actually do a live migration without downtime. We have those options already built as part of the solution, which means you don't have to change the IP addresses. Your time, typically, which you take from 9 months, it will drastically come down to 1 or 2 months. That reduces your lot of OPEX cost, which you pay to the native service cloud providers. This is the tool, HCX Hybrid Cloud Extension, which helps you to do a bulk migration of 1,000+ VMs instantly, and that is what we have done with a lot of customers worldwide. And it comes up with built-in class secured bidirectional traffic engineered network extension with auto VPN setup built into it. When I talk of the bubble or the cost savings from native versus adopting VMC from the migration stand, typically what we see is the cycle what it takes to migrate when you choose a native path versus when you take the VMC route. It actually brings down your overall effort up to 25%, which this helps minimize your architecting the solution, reduce your risk of project failures, and the most important thing, because you're familiar with VMware skills and tools, you don't have to reinvest, or you don't have to in the form of a time to learn the native piece and then start your journey. With this, because you're familiar with vSphere, vCenter, you can easily start a project instantly. Just to give a classic case of portability, right? What we all are talking, we need interoperability within the cloud, and I don't want to lock in myself with one vendor, or or I really want to bring this application back because my big business day is over today. The cloud burst is over today. Do I have an option? With VMware Cloud and AWS, you can migrate to the cloud and you can bring it back, and that's where the bidirectional mobility comes into the play. But when you go with any native cloud service providers, of course, you are able to migrate VMs by reconverting, replatforming, reinstallation, and there will be a downtime. But at this end, you pay a huge cost to that cycle. But at the same time, you don't have an exit path, and that is really painful. While you can do this, but you will have to again run this four points efforts, and that's a huge time-driven activity. It's like as good as rebuilding your entire application on-prem. So that's where the clear differentiation, what we bring it on table of consuming this VMware Cloud AWS platform versus a native platform. Now, how the cloud economics plays as every organization wants to do an innovation and modernize their apps, but at the same time, we have a huge cost pressure. And a lot of factors when you think of VMC as a platform, you actually bring down the cost by achieving zero refactoring thing, no investment in the skills, and consume as you go kind of a model allow you to manage your cash flow. And these are some of the factors which plays a critical role when you do your TCO ROI. Similarly, when you compare with native, because of the oversubscription ratio, you can consume less host and populate more VMs. You really don't have to worry about and run your infrastructure to the depth of utilization of 70-80%, so that you really don't have to worry on the performance, because you're guaranteed with 98.9%. So in case your thresholds increases, automatically one more node will get added instantly, so that your uptime remains high. And when that nodes gets added instantly, you're not charged for the complete node from a reserved instance stand. It will be charged in an hourly on-demand basis, so that you don't pay heavily for the spikes. At the same time, you don't invest upfront the way you do on-prem or the native part. And that's where some of these critical factors really bring cost efficiency into the play. And typically, when we do a lot of this analysis on the cost front, we have seen this kind of distinct, TCO ROI positive achievements with various customers worldwide. And there are partners like IDC who have done this extensive research with most of the people. And this is a value wheel, what we actually help you to build on top of the cloud, right? And these are various factors which typically we don't add when we actually think of creating this kind of a business models. And factors like project delay, burst business demand capacity to address your spike during big billion days, and consumption model, because it's a complete pay as you go thing. And of course, three nines, which is the standardization what we add. To add 1.9 percentage in your on-prem, it's a big cost. Uh, what is the guidance to all of you, right? As I come to the last leg of my presentation, uh, what is it that the approach we recommend to the customer in the market today, and how they can start this journey? Today, you, as we discussed, right? Today, you have your data center, workloads running on top of on premises, and there are reasons that you will continue to run over there. But for certain applications, when you need to have a different class and different treatment to be given, we ask you to migrate and do a lift and shift in a weeks and days time, and then pick up application by application journey to actually modernize them. With that, you are actually saving a lot of time and cost and energy, and at the same time addressing business outcomes, and giving that type of speed to your business in the future. And with that, you can build a single pane of glass, managing modernize apps and consume native services, at the same time manage your infrastructure on-prem. So net, with this approach, certainly we have seen businesses are able to achieve this kind of outcomes. They are able to accelerate fast, bring down their operational hurdles in their organization, and of course the most important thing is achieve the reduction in the cost. Yeah, that's it from my side. And I would like to open it up for any questions in case we have on the panel,
Sure.
on the chat. Yeah.
Sure. So, absolutely, Hardik. Firstly, thank you so much for your presentation on it. I'm sure it would have benefited everyone. There's a question from Reginald Christian, who asked that
Sure.
what is the difference between AWS Cloud and VMware Cloud? AWS
Sure.
has different hypervision, and VMware has different,
Yeah,
right?
I
What
understand
is the
this. Right.
VMware bringing with the partnership? That's the
Okay.
question.
This is exactly I touched at the beginning of my presentation. So of course, AWS is it's a true public cloud provider in the market today with 190 plus services, and of course they have their own built-in hypervisor and the technology today. VMware is clearly a largest private cloud player in the market today, and you are running a lot of workloads on VMware hypervisor today. Now, when we talk of migration or consuming any native cloud services, as in my earlier panel discussion also, I touched upon this, from application to application. If in case you want to really touch base on the SaaS piece or the PaaS piece, or you want to build a new app, you can use the native hypervisors of AWS and can start building on it. But there are various legacy application on-prem wherein you really want to modernize them, you want to get rid of the infrastructure management, and you want to leverage cloud from the agility stand. And that's where we have deployed our hypervisor on top of their infrastructure and have helped you bridge this gap by porting this application. And that's where we have signed up a partnership with them to be as a preferred partner, wherein we'll be able to VMware will be selling, supporting, and managing this entire environment for. So yeah, I mean that's where the true partnership, wherein you'll be able to enjoy best of the both worlds, and at the same time, you're at peace of mind of allowing you to bring your workloads back as and when you want, and not a lock-in strategy. I hope I answered the question, Regina. Thanks for that.
Sure, sure. Hardik, once we're falling in short of time, just one quick question. When I asked that, how does VMware work with Azure or GCP? And if you can just stop the screen share because people want to see you as well.
Oh, I'm
So if
so
you can
sorry.
just, yeah, no
I have
worries.
my
Yes,
video on as well. No worries.
yes, perfect. So how does VMware work with Azure or GCP? That's a question from Vinay Gupta.
Yeah, sure, Vinay. Thank you for that question. It's a good question. As I touch based on my multi-cloud strategy, VMware has partnered with all these service providers, be it be Google, Azure, IBM, Alibaba, Oracle, and AWS, of course. So difference is, as I mentioned, there are two route to markets. With AWS, it's a preferred partnership where VMware will be, selling it and owning it. With rest of the service providers, the consumption or the service will be given by those native service cloud providers. So that's the model from the consumption stand. From the technology adoption stand, the construct of the software remains same. Be it be what you run on on-prem today, what you run on AWS today, or what you run on any of the service cloud providers. So typically the construct what we have built is VMware Cloud Foundation. It's an HCI construct wherein we virtualize the compute network storage of every cloud service provider's instances. And there are various types of instances which we have done this engineering with. Only difference is with AWS, we'll be managing it. With the rest of the service providers, they will be managing it. But the overall underlying construct remains same for you. And that's how you can directly approach them and consume these services. The approach are different, but the technology foundation is same.
Sure. So thank you so much, Hardik, for your valuable time. And I'm sure if distinguished delegates have more questions, they will reach out to you. So thank you once again for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity, Bhavna. It was a pleasure having time and delivering this presentation on this platform.